My future sister-in-law is legitimately stupid and I do not want my brother to marry her. My future sister-in-law, 25, is breathtakingly stupid and I cannot stand her. I do not want her to be the mother of my future nieces and nephews. Our father lost his left leg below the knee in an accident before my brother and I were born, and when she first came over to our house to meet me and my parents, she said, "Oh wow, it's crazy how brother and op didn't inherit that." We all laughed uncomfortably thinking it was a bad joke. She didn't laugh. Even after my brother explained it wasn't a genetic defect, it was an injury, she still thought there was a possibility that my brother or I would be born with a missing leg. She told us she believed in Santa until she was 16, and her parents had to break it to her and it broke her heart. You know the joke that the pee is stored in the balls? She thought that was real. She asked my brother how pee didn't come out when he came during sexy time. She commented that she never sees pink lemons in the store. She thought pink lemonade was made from pink lemons. She didn't realize Donald Trump the actor and Donald Trump the president were the same person. And speaking of Trump, she too tried to look at the solar eclipse without sunglasses despite my brother pleading with her to keep them on. She thought blood diamonds meant they were made from blood, and we found out because she asked how come the diamonds, aren't red? She thought to play for a city sports team you had to be from that city. So it confused her when one of our players got traded. She asked, well, what other team do we have here? She didn't think platypuses were real. She once tried to correct me when I mentioned something being $100 million. She goes, don't you mean a billion? Because she didn't think $100 million was a real number. She thought it was 99 million and then 1 billion. She thinks the moon gives off light. I tried to tell her it's the reflection of the sun and she argued with me saying that couldn't be true because the sun was down behind the earth and if it was lighting the moon it would light up the entire world. She thought Obama did the I have a dream speech. I could go on for days, and I might edit this post as I remember more examples of her moments. She's been with my brother since he was in college. She was not in college with him. They met at a music festival. She said she didn't want to go to college because it seems super hard. I have such a hard time being around her. I do not understand what the F my brother sees in her. Do not get it. He's a software engineer making 6 figures, and she works as a hairdresser, so I see why she's with him. I want to ask him why he would want to marry such a effing moron. It's embarrassing when she talks and he brings her around people he works with. I would be mortified if I was him. I asked my parents about having an intervention with him after he announced that he was proposing to her, and they told me no, that they thought she was sweet, that my brother considers her his best friend, and they work well together. Does no one else worry that she could make a terrible decision and severely affect my brother? Or when they have kids she could put them in harm's way? What could she possibly teach them? It's not a matter of her being innocently stupid. She could have real life consequences for being this dim-witted.